She was so different. She gave me such a warm feeling, and boy, do I regret it. Just kidding.
Hey guys, welcome back. If you've been to this channel before, and for those of you who are watching us for the first time, I'm Samantha.
I'm Jay.
And we're gonna do a Have We Met video. Let's just get into it. Basically, we met 9 years ago. We met when I was 11 and he was 10. We were little babies and we were in 6th grade.
We were in science class. We were sitting in complete opposite sides of the room.
Yeah. I had just moved to this country from Mexico. I had been here in the US for less than 9 months. And I didn't speak any English. I had been practicing over the summer. I go into this class, I'm super nervous, I don't know anybody. I am at this table, and then the teacher has this little desk set up in the middle. It's not a desk, but he has a projector. A what?
Yeah, he has a little podium and then
a podium, yeah, with a projector on top. And then there was a table on the other side, and that's where Jay was. So I am like trying to copy the notes, but I'm having the hardest time ever because I don't speak English and that teacher wrote really crappy. So I'm like trying and I'm getting really stressed out. I give up and I look up, and when I look up, I see Jay staring at me from across the room, and he just goes. So I just look around, there's like no one behind me, there's a wall behind me. It's like, hi? And then he gets super excited and he's just like, hi! And I was just like, and I just go back to my notes. I'm like, don't look at me.
I have always been in denial of it because of how embarrassing it sounds. But it was definitely like at first sight. I thought she was really beautiful. I don't know what really happened, to be honest. They just kind of came out of me.
A few days after that, I was introduced to a girl that sat on his table, and then I started kind of hanging out with her in that class, and I was kind of introduced to Jay, but I wouldn't say we were friends. We were just kind of like acquaintances at this point. There's 2 incidents that I remember from this class. That's all I remember from 6th grade and him. Oh no, there's 3. The first thing, he comes up to me and I'm wearing this navy green shirt with buttons up, and he just comes up to me and he's like, I really like your shirt. And I'm just like, thanks.
Trying to compliment a girl here.
Second thing, 6th grade, so you know how most people carry around binders, and the binders had like, it's a clear thing and you could put pictures inside. So I put a picture of myself when I was like 4 in there.
Hold on, wait. Before she proceeds, guys, I don't know why. I just did. I asked her if I could have her baby picture. Now, I don't know what logic was there behind the question as to why a stranger can have a baby picture.
Yeah, we had only had like 4 conversations at most.
At most, man. But I don't know, you know, I just had such a huge crush on her that I was just kind of like, I'm crazy about her. I wanted to see her at all times, but I couldn't.
I'm like, no, you cannot have my baby picture. And I just walk away from you.
And guess what? I ended up having that picture.
He got the picture. And the third thing that I remember is a few months go by. By this time, I had started talking to Jay a little bit more. I had gotten to know him enough to where I started getting a little crush on him. I remember this day in specific. I am walking to my bus right after school. I hear someone talking behind me, and I look behind me and I see Jay, and I'm just like, oh, that's Jay, I'm gonna say hi to him. And then like as soon as Jay walks out of the door, some other girl walks out of the door behind him. Then they start walking out together, and then they start holding hands, and I'm just like, oh, okay. I can honestly say that's when I stopped caring. Basically, I was 100% over him.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, of course he doesn't, because no one broke his heart. Pretty much throughout middle school, I only had 2 boyfriends, and Jay became kind of a player, I would say. He's had over 20 girlfriends.
Nah, over 20, that's
He likes to deny it. He
overdramatic.
likes to deny it.
It was only like 13.
I was always ready for a serious relationship. Even though I was that young, I didn't want to have like little boyfriends here and there.
I was alright with it.
Yeah,
I wasn't
obviously.
supposed to. So for those family members that are watching our videos,
Surprise! Jay had a bunch of girlfriends.
It's really not a surprise.
No one knew this.
Everybody kind of knew, they just didn't know how many. Seventh grade, I always wanted to, you know, talk to her more and actually get to the point where we were gonna date. Glad I didn't. People would end up telling me, "Oh, hey, dude, she's not dating what's his face anymore," and I was like, "Oh, cool, I'm gonna go talk to her." And then that literally, like that same day, it's like, "Oh, they're back together." So it was always like, for them, it was always an on and off kind of thing, and for me, it was always like a roller coaster. I actually started like kind of just forgetting. It was just kind of like, whatever I hear it, it's fine. Whatever I hear it, it's fine.
Well, whatever you hear it, but you do have a scar somewhere here in your
That was
hand.
earlier on. I punched the locker at one point. You know, those childish middle school stuff that you end up doing. It's like, oh, you want to be with her, but you can't. At such a young age, I was like, whatever, punch a locker, I'm mad.
8th grade comes by, and 8th grade is, I think, the year that there was a chance for us. I'm on to my second boyfriend.
This is where you need to learn from me, guys. This is where you need to learn. This is where I was like, I know how to get in there. I know how to like sneak my way in and then make the chance.
You know how they always say treat her good or somebody else will? That's pretty much what happened here.
That's what I did, guys.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
This is my second boyfriend, and we were on and off as well, and we were always getting into little arguments.
Oh, this is where I do do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
I come in and I'm like, hey, don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. I started treating her nice. I give her these compliments. I'm
Hitting
like,
up my phone every day.
Like, hey, how are you doing today? I hope you guys are doing all right. See, this is where you start talking about their relationship, trying to fix their relationship, and then that's where I got the connection of, oh, hey, he's actually really nice to me. I can build a relationship, like a friendship with him, and then eventually when they're done, bam.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You execute it.
Every time he would hear that we would break up, that we were arguing or something, he would jump in, but not in a trying to get me way, and more of
But
a
trying to get her.
oh, I heard you guys were arguing, I'm so sorry. I will say it worked, and I started getting a crush on him while I was still in a relationship. I wasn't even sure like how much I liked him, so I just kind of like, you know, I was
Because as you
letting
can
it
tell,
slide.
I did have a bit of a record.
Yeah, all of these
There were
relationships
like
were like
days,
2 weeks, a day.
hours.
Yeah, and I didn't want that. I'm not the type of person that says, oh, I can change him, I can do that. No, like, he's got to change on his own.
Now, in summer, that same summer,
Summer after 8th grade.
summer after 8th grade, I was a bad child and I kept getting my phone taken up and stuff like that. So our communication during the summer would be cut off.
Mm-hmm.
And I never went out much during
Yeah,
summer.
his parents were very strict. Around June, he got his phone taken away for the rest of the summer. And I didn't know this. I was like, okay, he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. So I'm not gonna stress about it. Like, it's whatever, you know. High school starts, and all of our mutual friends are sitting on this table, and I'm talking to a few friends, and then I turn and I see that Jay's sitting right there, and he has a phone in his hand. And I was like, he does have a phone. So he doesn't want to talk to me. I'm like in a bad mood after that. And then Jay was trying to talk to me about my summer. He was being super friendly with me for some reason, which was just like messing with my head.
I'm very blind to certain things.
Yeah.
So like for me,
For sure.
I will talk to you. You can be royally mad at me. I mean, royally. And I will still talk to you like nothing's going on. We would still talk.
And I have a picture of him holding a penguin that I made for our class. I'll insert it here because I think it's really cute. So fast forward to my best friend's 15.
Kept seeing these pictures and I was wondering like, hey, how's she doing? She's kind of busy too and her phone was dying, so I'm like, hey, I really gotta tell you something. She's like, okay, cool, what is it? And then no response.
This might come as a shocker to you, don't be mad at me. Okay.
Guys, we're all hearing this for the first time.
Yeah. Okay, I had a crush on another guy. That night, I'm talking to him, and I don't have Jay's phone number, so Jay's messaging me over Facebook, and my phone is dying. My phone is like at 30% maybe. And so I don't want my phone to die because I'm talking to a different guy. And I'm like, okay, who do I talk to? The guy that I have a crush on and we might have a chance? Or Jay, the guy that's just wasting my time? So I'm just like, okay, sorry, my phone's gonna die. I can't talk anymore.
My whole life is a lie.
Our beautiful story is fake. After that party, I was incredibly tired. The next day I wake up and I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling really sick. Then my parents have a friend over and I remember he was trying to talk to me. Like, he came in my room and tried to talk to me and I was just like, I don't feel good. I can't do this right now. But since he woke me up, I checked my phone and I have like 2 messages from Jay, and I was just like, I remember I replied to one and then before I even saw his response I passed out again. So I remember he, like, when I woke up I had like 3 more messages from him and he's like, I gotta tell you something, can we talk now? And then the last message was like, never mind, you clearly don't feel like talking to me.
I was heartbroken
yeah,
at that point.
I tried to reply, I tried with all my will to reply and I couldn't. I passed out again. It was like 9 that by the time I finally woke up and I was feeling good. So I replied to him and I was like, what's up? And he tells me I have to tell you something and I was like, okay, what is it? And I don't know why he's like, never mind. And I'm like, what? He's like, gotta go, I'll text you.
Well, for one, I was chickening out. I was panicking because I was like, well, she already left. She didn't want to talk to me. She's talking to me again. Is that a chance or is it not?
So I text him and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, okay, I really have to tell you something. And I was like, yeah, what is it? And then he texts me, I really like you. I've liked you for a while. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna call my friends.
No reply.
So the thing is, I wanted to talk to someone. This took me by a huge shocker. I had no idea that he liked me. I call one of my friends and I'm like, this happened, blah, blah, blah. And we talk about it for like 10 minutes and I'm like, okay, I gotta go, bye. And I'm like, okay, gotta call my other friend. And I call my other friend. And I think the second friend was actually a lot more help. She was like, if you really like him, like you do what you want and don't worry about anything else at this point. She really helped me out and I was like, okay, Jay and I are not that good of friends. So if we date and it doesn't work out, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like we're ruining an amazing friendship, because we're not.
I'm still waiting for a response.
Yeah,
by the
and
way.
then he texts me and he's like, you could at least say no.
Right? I was like, you could at least say no. At that point I had lost all hope. Because I had already had very minimum hope. And the last that I had, in how long did it take you to finally respond?
Like 25 minutes.
25 minutes, I lost everything.
I text him back and I'm like, I kind of like you, but I'm not sure if we would work out. What do you think about, for like a while, I don't know how long, you're gonna have to bear with me here, but we just kind of like try to talk a little more, you know, get to know each other a little more, because we haven't really talked in a while. So I'm not sure what you're like, you don't know what I'm like, and I don't know if we would work out. So he's like, yeah, that sounds good to me. The next day we meet at school, we talk. This is the first conversation that we have. Well, I know that he likes me, so it's like it completely changes everything. Start getting to know a new side of him that I had never seen before. It was like talking to a whole new person. Like at that point, his whole past went away, like it didn't exist.
Because she got some backstory of what actually happened. Like, everybody always gave me a bad credit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody was like, yeah, he's a nice person, you know, I really like him, but don't date him.
Yeah.
It was always like that. So for me, I thought it was great for her to actually finally catch the real side of me.
I made him wait a week, and by the end of this week I was head over heels. I finally said yes to him. September 23rd, 2011. 5 years and a half ago we started dating.
5.5. Man.
Yeah. I can honestly say it was love at first date. I don't know, because
Love at an instance.
I fell in love with him, like no joke, on our first ever date together. I remember hanging out with him and I was like, this is it for me, game over. This is who I'm spending the rest of my life with. And I'm pretty sure we said I love you on the second day. You know, waited a whole day. Good job waiting a whole day.
I was so relieved because like I felt so much love for her. She was so different. Like she gave me such a warm feeling, and boy do I regret it. I'm just kidding. It was such a hard week and a half. until I started loving. I'm just kidding. No, it was great. Oh man, it was so fantastic. Just to finally have her as my girlfriend. Samantha Tovar is my girlfriend. I love you.
I love you too.
I love you more. Shut up.
Thank you guys so much for watching. That's gonna be all for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, comment, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!